Assalamu alaikum, I'm back with yet another very important lesson for you. Just watch this till the end. আজকে আমরা দেখব একাডেমিক IELTS রাইটিং টাস্ক 1 এর জন্য কিভাবে একটা ইমপ্রেসিভ at the same time informative introduction লেখা সম্ভব. Very easy with a very few steps. And most importantly, using your own words. আমাদের নিজস্ব ওয়ার্ড ইউজ করে সম্ভব. Just trust me, it's not a big deal. If you want to score high in task 1, you gotta keep in mind the first impression matters a lot. So you have to try your best to impress the examiner right from the word go, from the very beginning. If you can do that, you can rest assured the rest is plain sailing. So let's get going. Well, a typical question. The chart shows the expenditure on individual cleanliness in Britain from 2001 to 2010. So that means 2001 থেকে 2010 সাল পর্যন্ত ব্রিটেনে ব্যক্তিগত পরিষ্কার পরিচ্ছন্নতার জন্য যে খরচ করা হয়েছে এই চার্টের মাধ্যমে সেটা দেখানো হয়েছে মোটামুটি. This is the meaning in Bangla. So let's analyze the question even further. What shows? The answer is the chart shows. The chart does what? The chart shows. And the chart shows what? The expenditure. The expenditure on what? Individual cleanliness. Where? In Britain. And when? From 2001 to 2010. You see, there's a lot of information there. It has answered a number of WH questions like where, when, what and stuff like that. So আমরা যখন আমাদের introduction লেখার চেষ্টা করব, we have to make sure we have all the necessary information possibly, and that means we have to answer a number of WH questions like where, when and what and stuff like that. And most importantly, we have to try to replace some of the words given in the statement. You know, আমরা কিছু কিছু ওয়ার্ড বদলে দেওয়ার চেষ্টা করব আমাদের নিজস্ব ওয়ার্ড দিয়ে. I mean, we have to show the examiner that, you know, we know quite a lot of new words and we're very much confident about using these words at the right time, the right place. So, you know, there is a slogan, bodle jao, bodle dao. But at the same time, you gotta keep it in mind. I mean, there is another slogan, shop kichu bodle dite nei. Well, so now we're going to write our introduction. So get ready. If possible, you start writing, all right? Let's see, the chart. Do you want to change it, the word chart? I don't. Well, let me give you an example. I tell you to write about Peter, and you write pages, correct English, but in the end, shaytaner waswasa. I mean, একটু বেশি পাকনামি করতে গিয়ে to, you know, impress the examiner with your creativity beyond measure. What you did is you changed the name Peter to David. Then everything will go down the drain. আপনাকে বললাম পিটার সম্পর্কে কিছু লেখেন, you wrote pages, পাতার পর পাতা লিখেছেন, and your English is very good, but you know, শেষমেশ you changed the name. So you have to keep it in mind. I mean, we can't change facts, all right? So সব কিছু বদলে দিতে নেই. So let's start with the chart shows. So a chart is a chart. Peter is Peter. Peter is not David. So we won't change the word chart. So the chart shows. Now, can we change the word shows? Yes, you got it right. Well done. So in place of shows, we can write illustrates. It's a nice word. It sounds good. It's my favorite as well. So, you know, we can use other words like depicts or gives information on or about. Well, for the time being, let's go for illustrates. So, the chart illustrates. Now, the chart illustrates what? The answer is the expenditure. Now, we can replace expenditure with our own word or our own words. So do you have anything in mind to replace, you know, expenditure? Yes, yo. Okay, good. You got it right. Well done once again. So I have the same thing in mind. We can write in place of expenditure the amount of money spent. That's a good one. Well, so the chart illustrates the amount of money spent. Now the amount of money spent on what? The answer is individual cleanliness. So let's try to replace individual and cleanliness. So can you replace individual? Yes, we can replace individual with personal, and then cleanliness. Do you have any word in mind? I have one. That's a good one. It's an academic one. Well, the word is hygiene. It's a nice one. So in place of individual cleanliness, we can write personal hygiene. So the chart illustrates the amount of money spent on personal hygiene. Now the question is where? The answer is simple: in Britain. So again, you know, if you want to impress the examiner beyond measure, then if you replace in Britain by in Bangladesh, then shopshesh. Alright, so we can't change facts. In Britain, don't change it. Use your common sense. Alright, so the chart illustrates the amount of money spent on personal hygiene in Britain. There is one last question: when? So the answer is from 2001 to 2010. So in other words, we can say over 10 years, or in other words, we can say over a period of 10 years, or you know, there is a word decade. 10 years and decade, same thing. Decade means dashok, so we can say over a decade as well. Well, now the whole introduction is like this. The chart illustrates the amount of money spent on personal hygiene in Britain over a decade. Bingo! We've got a very good introduction full of information, and we have used our own words. That's really impressive. So the thing is, if you can write like this, I mean, trust me, rest assured, even 9 out of 9 is very much possible. So please try to follow these simple steps to score higher in task 1. Well, that's it. Thank you very much. Well, if you still have difficulty understanding, just watch this video repeatedly until and unless you get the things right. Well, if you find this lesson effective, helpful, like it, share it, subscribe to my channel, and like my Facebook page as well. Please request your friends to do the same. I'll be back with more videos to help you learning for free like that. Thanks for watching this video. Assalamu alaikum.